He must have thought he was days away from freedom. John Worboys' release had been sanctioned by the Parole Board, but the serial sex offender's victims fought to prevent that happening. They forced his appearance before court, and today they won. One of the women who led the campaign, known only as DSD, said she feels safe now.
A lot of women are going to be sleeping much, much easier tonight. I'm glad that we've done this for not just me, but everybody, because from the emails I've been getting and the messages, everybody felt that if he was released, he would reoffend.
The judgment said the decision to free Worboys had not taken into account the scale of his offending. In 2009, John Worboys was jailed indefinitely after being found guilty of 19 offences against 12 women, including rape, sexual assault and drugging. But police believed the figure could be as high as 105. Despite that, the Parole Board decided to approve his release.
The public can't probably understand the work of the Parole Board because we don't explain it.
Today, the head of the Parole Board, Nick Hardwick, was effectively sacked after being told his position was untenable. In a letter to the Justice Secretary, he said sorry for mistakes made in this case, but then raised questions about the impact of overruling the Parole Board. I want to state my concern about the independence of the board. I believe this matter raises very troubling questions about how the board's independence can be safeguarded, he said. Lawyers representing Worboys' victims say Hardwick has been sacrificed.
The Ministry of Justice, will not get away with, scapegoating Nick Hardwick for the failings in this case. Failings where there is under-resourcing of the Parole Board and under-resourcing of all the criminal justice agencies.
Tonight, Justice Secretary David Gauke is resisting calls for him to resign too, but admits the parole system failed Worboys' victims.
We need to ensure that there's more transparency about decisions so that victims are able to see what has gone on. And the system hasn't worked for the victims in this case, and I acknowledge that and I apologise for that. We need to make sure that the system works in future.
The whole process must now begin again, with a new Parole Board panel meeting later this year to discuss a possible release date for Worboys. Only now that panel will be headed by a senior judge, unlike the one whose decision to release the multiple sex offender was discredited today. While Worboys remains in Wakefield Prison, victims' lawyers say the publicity attracted by this case has led another 10 women to come forward claiming he assaulted them. Paul Davis, ITV News.